because why is it a mistake? In reading, the interstate of Arthur and Reuben Hart, represented by its administrators, Harrison Hart, Gertrude Neglect, Moses Hart, and Samuel Owens of the township of Johnsonville, Montserrat County. At one point, they say the township of Johnsonville, then down they say the city of Montreal. So you can understand probably some errors.
Thank you. I know what my lawyer told me yesterday, which I will not divulge on radio.
Okay.
I bought my land from John Moore Estate. John Moore name is not in that document. These are my documents.
The interstate of Arthur and Reuben Hart, represented by its administrator, Harrison Hart.
I bought my land from John Moore Estate.
But the interstate you're talking about, the Arthur
that
and
document
Reuben.
you have there is fake.
Okay.
That document you have there. That where
but they have them in here. Any of them involved in selling the land to you?
No. Okay. I'm talking about Abel Hart and Joe Hart.
Okay, so because I don't see. Okay, let me see Abel. I see Arthur and Reuben Hart, represented by administrator. I see Harrison Hart and Moses Hart.
Okay. I bought from Abel Hart, ABELHART, and Joe Hart. And they are the administrator of John Moore Estate. And they have degree of sale to anyone they conclude with. So yesterday, finally, I hired the services of Councilor Tiawanse Gonglo. I took the document to him at his home, or are in a possession. Tomorrow, the legality or the legal process will start. I'm not going to give you the nitty-gritty of the case, but I'm not a lawyer.
I know. We're not in the court now.
So, but what he told me yesterday, I'm the happiest man on earth.
You don't have to say what he told
I'm not saying, I come in.
Now, but let me ask you.
Go ahead.
If you bought the land from the, Momo Estate, right?
John Moore, M-O-O-R-E.
R-E. Moore Estate. But you bought it from Abel and another Hart.
This is an administrator.
But then, in the other document, even though you say fake, I'm seeing other Hart that are supposed to be owners of this place. Don't you think there is a family crisis over the land? Because I see Hart.
No, listen. Under no circumstance, I can answer that question, what is a family crisis. I'm looking at the document in my possession, which convinced me. Because at the probate court, the document they gave me, require a degree of sale, is verified by the court, issued by the judge.
And are the same court issue
in
paper?
I don't know about that. No.
What the name of the judge? Let me see that.
No, they quote here, they say civil law court. The judge over there.
Oh, that the probate code you went to?
Yeah, the probate code I went to go and verify the degree of sale they gave me before I went into the business. Okay. And the judge there, his name is, where is it? The judge there is, his name is, Nicolet Wa Edwards. Nicolet Wa Edwards. He remains the probate court judge at the Temple of Justice.
Under the law, did you do any public notice for the survey when you were about to survey your land?
The survey, can you imagine, the township commissioner is the one that even gave me the survey something. The survey was announced, the survey was done, it was not done in secret.
It was announced
the survey was announced
on radio?
The survey was announced, I paid the money to the surveyor, the survey was announced, and he called me, we are about to do the survey on this day. And the survey was done. Nobody came to objected.
Did you invite adjacent property owners doing the survey?
On the day of survey, when it was announced, I went there. There was no objection. This property lies on the main road.
No, what I'm saying.
From that time out to the moment I'm speaking to you.
Sana, wait 1 minute. Take your time. I'll give you the time. Just explain for the benefit of the people. When you buy a property or a land, when you're about to do a survey, when you do the announcement, the reason why people do public announcement as provided for by law is to ensure, because there will always be adjacent property owners. That land is not in isolation. They got other people's horses there. Even if there are no horses, they got other land there. So when you go do the survey, other people can bring their their relevant documents to substantiate their claims for ownership. Was that done? Did you see other adjacent property owners when you went to do the survey?
You see my D here? Mm-hmm. You see my D here?
Yeah.
Probated. I'm not seeing an adjacent party because there are no horses around.
Okay.
See my D here? I'm not seeing an adjacent party on my D. So these technicalities will be addressed by my lawyer in the court of law. But I just came to inform the people what I went through on the 13th of March 2026, where the Zogos tend to enforcer of court instruction. which I have not seen before.
Are you really sure of that?
The video is there, 8-minute video. You can see them pulling or pushing my wall down in the presence of more than 200 onlookers. And when the damage was done, they got in the car, they went. I will impact the video. Are you with me? And my land is situated in the township of Johnsonville. Johnsonville is a township headed by a township commissioner. Johnsonville does not lie in the city of Monrovia. This document you have, they say the land is situated in the city of Monrovia. We know the means and bounds of the city of Monrovia. My land is in Johnsonville. It's not in the city of Monrovia.
No, they're saying two things. I mean, they document,
Okay.
they quote document.
Okay.
At,
If they say
at some
two
point, they say Johnsonville.
Okay. If
Township of Johnsonville.
Okay. If
At one other point, they say Monrovia, city of Monrovia.
That works in my favor. If a court document is saying two things,
But are
it
you,
works in my
also, are
favor.
you also saying,
Yes.
even though I'm not a lawyer, but I'm very sensitive to these kinds of things in my line of questioning, how is it possible that the land is so much in isolation that there are no adjacent other landowners?
I can't answer that question. Nobody is supposed to buy land. I saw it. I became convinced. I did due diligence. They gave me their documents. I verified it. And I went with it. There are 3 places that are involved in the acquisition of land. National Archive Center, the Court Library Land Authority. The 3 places told me, go ahead with the business. I took my document to the Library Land Authority to go and register it there.
So who are you taking to court tomorrow?
I'm suing. My lawyer will do. He told me yesterday he will first file bill of information. The details are with him.
Okay.
What they call bill of information. But I've already taken my document to him. I've already hired him. But tomorrow, Tuesday, I'm going to counsel. I want to say Gongolo. He will start the court process or proceeding.
Okay, let's take a few calls, and I call you here particularly because I wanted to get a picture, especially in the midst of all these demolitions exercises going on in different places across Monrovia. 0777 70099 and 50555026995. Mr. Julius Sano, former Assistant Minister of Information, complaining that his newly acquired 2 lots of land where he was constructing a fence was allegedly broken down on the orders of a court. Neither did he see any message from the court, nor was he in court with anybody. He said the people he bought the land from did not tell him what are the matter or ever in court. He had never, ever, he did everything as far as due process is concerned to acquire the land. Hello?
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
Clarence, I'm H. Napoleon Noah, and I call from New Jersey.
Yeah, Napoleon.
And I want to say good morning to your studio guests. Clarence, the actual story is, for what I'm understanding, and the had family is like they had a problem. What do I say? So, the place, the people, they probably bought land from. The siblings of those guys, I think they got a problem. But you can't tell us that land never had conflict. He never knew that there was a conflict. It probably means somebody want to sell the land, my brother, or if I want to sell the land, my brother and my sister are not happy with me. And I went on, I sold the land. So even having to go for that case, I think in my mind, Clarence, he may likely buy that land 2 times. That's what I'm saying. Thank you for putting it in time.
Okay, let me go. I think, is this from outside the country? Hello? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Thank you so much for always, making the case of Liberia. I've been following you for a long period of time. Quickly to the issue.
Where you call from? What's your name?
I'm Medic Pataldi, and I call from my residence.
Okay.
I will not mention it. Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Quickly, we have a very major issues in Liberia that we all are following, from Guinea, along with other neighboring countries in West Africa, Sierra Leone. I want to make sure that our Liberian people, we should remain kind, and let us also, send this message to the Guinean government that you cannot call us and to have a dialogue with us, and then you are deploying your soldiers to your border, right? This is a complete provocation, and we have to look into this very keenly. Now, to the old men in studio, we know that most of the land disputes in Liberia, people are now carefully looking at it, because these land dealers, what they do is that once they notice that the land value has increased, they will collab with another person to come and tell you that this land had issues. The moment you lose the land, then they will sell to another person. That's what they're always doing in our Johnsonville belt. And we are ordering the Ministry of Justice to please review the land, the law that governs the lands in Liberia, because if care is not taken, this could lead to another major problems in Liberia. And that's what I have to say.
Okay.
Quickly, lastly, sorry.
I'm sorry. Oh, wow. Sorry. If you call back, I will take you. Trust me. Hello?
Clarence, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm saying yes. Good morning. Let's say you're live.
Okay. The gentleman in studio there, who did you bought the land from, and when did you bought the land?
He said he bought the land in January of this year. He bought it from one Abel Hat and another Hat.
Did you went to land? I'm being Gistoma from land authority. You myself always to acting Clarence Jackson.
Yeah.
Did you went to land authority?
Yeah, he said he went to land authority and all.
Listen, to authenticate that the land is for this person, that thing, for this person, because they got to go in, got to get letter.
The man explained everything. The man said he went to the ACAF. He carried all their degree of seal, letter of administration. He went to the ACAF. He confirmed that it is their land. He went to the land authority. He confirmed. He went to the probate court and everything.
And he bought the land from Jackson.
Who Jackson, huh?
No. Whosoever he bought the land from.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. If so, when that person who claimed the land, when he bought his land.
But he said he didn't even know who claiming the land. He can't see the person that claiming the land.
He can't see the person that claiming the land.
He only saw people there. They went to demolish the fence. He didn't know who claiming the land.
Jackson, I think that man need to go back to land authority.
Okay, Chief. Thank you. Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Clarence Jackson.
Good morning.
Let me say good morning to big brother, Minister Emeritus Boss. Let me appreciate your salon for your brilliant articulation. You are a good communicator.
My man, let's go to the land issue, man. The all that thing there.
My name is Rabbi Political Slaughter Abraham Movic. I do for you this morning for the Congress to take important. Because, he is our senior participant, and all Liberian needs to be protected, all the red needs to be protected in the school day. Because, the things are happening under the government as it relates to land issues. It should be taken with care. It should be very, very taken seriously, because the issue is still issue. Let's start it now, smoothly.
Okay, sir. This guy wanted to conclude on something I caught him. You are back. Just conclude quickly.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, thank you so much. Quickly, the last one I wanted to say is the gasoline price in Liberia. We understand that the two parties that are always giving Liberia harder and go harder is the seditionists and the United Partisans. There will always be, a blaming.
Sorry, a local call is intercepting. That's what the local callers will do. Hello?
Yeah. Good morning, Clarence Piso Jackson.
Good morning.
Good morning to the Assistant Minister Emeritus there in studio.
Good morning.
Well, for the recognition of Pastor Kuma, I do join your widely listen to platform under the ambience of the United Party, the electric bill. For me, I'm not a lawyer. I don't think I profess to be one. I never professed a lawyer. I listened to Honorable Duasano. Yes, clearly he stated he called a surveyor to do survey on the land. And you ask him questions whether, the place is survey notice in the local deed. But I think when it comes to land issues, when you are doing survey, because the land is situated in a community and there are people that own adjacent land to your land. So maybe fish or go into their land. So that's what people can do. People can put the notice in the local day so that people who have adjacent land or adjacent property to your land can be around when the survey is being done, is being carried out. But he did not answer that question clearly. So I think that was a flaw on his part.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, I'm Mensa Tipo, calling from Van Fender.
Okay.
Well, I first stated the condition of Mr. Sano in studio, but you asked a very, very good question that he did not answer. He mentioned a surveyor was given him by the township commissioner, and you asked whether he distributed notices. He didn't answer that, and those are cardinal things in land transaction. First, the surveyor must be a licensed and registered surveyor. If you went and the township commissioner, they gave you a surveyor, probably that surveyor would not be a licensed surveyor, so they will want to do things the other way around. I'm speaking from the survey perspective because we control surveyors, and so I'm very particularly interested in knowing the surveyor that conducted that. So if he has the name of the surveyor.
Do you know the name of the surveyor?
Yeah.
Okay, please
so
check all the names. Stay on.
The surveyor name is Aswell G. Davidson.
Aswell G. Davidson.
Aswell G in the middle, Davidson. Aswell G. Davidson.
Do you know him? Is he licensed?
Davidson?
Yeah, Aswell G. Davidson, registered law surveyor, land surveyor.
I can't see any name like that on our listing that we have. That name does not sound like a surveyor.
Because they have a name. They have a name of
and license
licensed
number.
qualified
So the
surveyor.
license
They got a
number
license
should
number
be
and all.
there,
No, I'm not seeing that here, but his stamp, everything is here.
Okay.
His stamp,
All right,
everything
thank
is
you,
here.
thank
Aswell
you.
G. Davidson,
All right.
You will
registered land surveyor.
Okay, you will respond.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Clarence Jackson.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Brahma Kawa, and I'm from Cinco Resident this morning.
All right, Kawa.
Yeah, let me say good morning to my Omer Juasano.
Good morning, sir.
Then I saw that video and then see very bad your video posted. And let me tell you, Clarence, about I'm not being hard to call, but I want to tell you, Mr. Sano. I think almost everybody Mr. Sano that draw a bear and advocate for a very long period of time. And saying to say that he's knowledgeable to everything that he do. So Mr. Sano will not go about purchasing a land that he knows that has problems or that will bring problem to him. So I believe that he followed all due process that he explained to you in the studio there. But the thing about here is our authority, they are not doing well when it comes to the issue of the land matter. And if care is not taken, there will be serious repercussions.
Okay. I'm trying to take a call. Somebody sent me a message. He said he or she live right near the land. So I want to take this person, but I'm calling. Apparently, every time you call me, I'm calling you. So just wait, let me call you. Whoever you are, just wait, let me call you. I'm calling you because of the information you just sent me. You say you live right near the land. Okay, I think the phone is ringing now. Good morning. You sent me a text message. What's your name?
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
Thank you. My name is Alfred Ernesto Wadiseko, and I speak to you from the township of Johnsonville.
Did you say in your
Clarence,
text that you live right near the line in question?
Yes, Clarence. Firstly, let me empathize with my people in the studio. I know them very well. Juras Sanon from Jacobstown. Clarence, sometimes it's good that when we're about to do some of these things, you try to sometimes ask those that are living in the community. Clarence, that land is a product of conflict. And where the land is situated, Clarence, unless that you don't know Johnsonville.
No, I know the place. I think two, 3 times, and I passed over there. I see police. Of the last time I was exercising, I saw opposite the fence where you got a plenty of
the palm farm.
Yeah, I do exercise around.
Clarence, that land is in perpetual conflict. Almost everyone that resides in the township of Johnsonville will know that land is in conflict. And the unfortunate aspect is, whenever you go by that place and just put sand on the ground, you will not see those that are behind the scene. I mean, you will just see a group of men and armed men will come before even Jewels and nothing will bust down. just a week ago, before a firm was demolished, police pick up a year police truck was on that scene land and they were demolishing buildings.
I saw one time. But why you who live in a community, when you see people attempting to buy the land, if what you say is true, why you can tell the people that this land is in conflict?
Clarence, you will never know that they want to buy this land. You will only see them sometimes bringing construction material. That's the point. And when you tell someone, then they tell you, say, I went through the process, and they feel that that's a referral process, which is true.
Who do you know? Who do you know own the land? But how can the state institutions can because, for example, if Jura Sano goes to Provico, goes to land authority, goes to the ACA, how can these people don't have document to say no, we can't allow you buy this land because the land is in conflict? How they don't have that record? But you made him to feel that, oh yeah, the land already, you can go ahead.
This is why we have set our number. The code of this country is part and parcel of the land class in this country. The code. That one land, for example, everyone a criminal, they have G's in their hand, they went to probate court, they went to the ACA, all of them criminal.
So besides Jura Sano, you were saying other people are claiming our land too?
For example, Clarence, Sir Joseph, Sir Allen Joseph, I think you heard his name on that document.
Yeah, I heard his name there.
Sir Allen Joseph, and Sir Joseph issue did not start now. It started as far back as 2015, 2016. I'm telling you. That's why I'm ongoing about that land. When you see what the land is said, whatever, somebody can tell you, say, I'm saying it to you right now, just do the investigation. Because Johnsonville is now becoming a city. And to see land lying there, that somebody tell you, say, come and buy
and I'm keeping you long the line because you live there. But so why the township commissioner of Johnsonville too? You can't. Doesn't he? Is there no document from the land in possession? Is he not aware that that land is in conflict? So he tells Jura Sano, for example, when Sano goes to consult and say, "I will advise you don't buy that land. That land, I think I had cases here before me." Why did he not do that?
But Clarence, that is a question for the commissioner which I cannot answer. For example, like I said, about 2 weeks ago, a huge number of police personnel were in the township of Johnsonville. I walked to the police station because we're a little bit frightening. So I walked to the police station and met a police commander. And I asked him, I said, I'm seeing a group of police guys here, they are all armed. I have to say that when they fight war. What is happening in 7 minutes land opposite the power farm?
I even saw that one, that particular one you're talking about. I was exercising again, I saw it.
I mean, the court need to call all those people in and find out to know the rightful owner of the land so they pray on that land and stop. Because one day somebody may get died there.
Okay, thank you.
Don't pray for this.
Thank
but
you.
It may happen.
You will respond, don't worry.
Okay,
just leave the line. Let me take Steve Candidate. Let me take Steve Candidate. Steve Candidate used to work with the land authority. He was dismissed, he says, wrongfully. The matter is still pending. Steve, you want to speak? Do you know about that land? Because you used to go around all these land issues. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Clarence, good morning.
Good morning.
To the Liberian people.
Mm-hmm.
Larry, this land matter is a critical issue in our country. Most times when people are buying land, they don't do what we call proper investigation or vetting process. Every land has its own history. Take, for example, where you live, Clarence. Mm-hmm. If anybody is coming to purchase land, you in the land you are an adjacent party, you have to find out the facts from the adjacent party. I listened to the last caller said that land has a history of multiple sales. So if you were to go in the community and come to the land authority will send you to the vetting department. We will have to go in the community. We'll have to ask. We'll see the opinion leaders. We'll see the town chief, water chief, whoever chief we can talk to, youth leader, and we'll go to the adjacent party. The adjacent party will tell all the facts about that land, that the land is in conflict or the land is not in conflict. If the land is free, all of them will have to sign up to the document that yes, that land was never affected by this survey exercise coming to play. Nobody is encroaching on that land. This land is free, it's not covered upon. When you sign that paper, we all stand to our different boundary and take photo. After that, then we come and advise the surveyor to go into the field and do the survey, because survey is the last option in land issue. It's the last. So when the surveyor go there and do the survey, means that everything finished and come back and prepare your deed, signed by the chairperson and approved by when give it to you. So Many times people go buy land and do blame, just like going buy Bella, but how much for Bella, but 200 take the money away and go. With all
Okay,
due
Steve.
process.
Thank you. Let me take the final call, then we'll go back to Mr. Sano. Good morning.
Good morning, Clarence. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, I think that land case, they should not even be dressing if they have been having problems down to the town, the church, the community chairman, whosoever he is. He should be in jail, and all those people that have been selling that land, they should go behind bars because we got land law. The law is there. So Mr. Clarence should not even go far being brag about the issues of selling land 2-3 times to people, and then they just go away like that. So let it just go to the court, and the court should not even, or the court too, or the lawyer should know that land they having issues. So why should they consistently continue to be behaving to people like that? People money must just go in jail. So the country commissioner go in jail, and all those people that have been selling no land should go in jail. Thank you.
Okay, that's not how the law works. There's something called due process. Mr. Sano, let's come back to you. You listen to the calls, especially the guy who said he lays at just in the line. You heard all the things he said.
I know Alfred Tokpa is my junior brother.
Okay.
Very well. He wants to work with information ministry.
Okay.
Let me say this. There are documents in my possession that I'm relying on. I didn't get this document in the streets. I got this document from Liberian Land Authority. I got this document from the court, the probate court. I got document from the Archive Center. These are the 3 entities that are involved when it comes to acquisition of land. These 3 entities qualified my purchase. These 3 entities authenticated what I care to them. Mm-hmm. So based on these things, I have done no wrong. If somebody says the land has been in conflict, I don't know that. Because I depended on the document, I did not just buy, but did so, I went and do what you call background investigation. This is what the Center for National Document and Record Agency gave me, and this was given me on this day, January 15, 2026. You can read. It's here. In that secret, you can read.
This is from the Center for National Documents and Records Agency, National Archive Building. Letter of confirmation.
Yes.
January 15, 2026. This is to certify that the above captioned instrument is herewith issued after a diligent search into our holdings registry as regard a legal instrument, public land seal deed from the Republic of Liberia to John Moe. The parcel of land is situated at the settlement of Johnsonville, Monserrato County, and containing 23.30 acres of land and no more. The said instrument is legally probated this 18th day of September 1906. Registered according to law in volume blah 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 and re-registered in volume blah 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 blah. Due to the mutilation of the original volume 58, it was found at the Department of State, then now National Archives. At the end of our search, there is evidence of the existence of the above described public land seal. Therefore, the letter of confirmation is herewith issued, given under my hand and sealed of the Center for the National Documents and Records Agency, National Archive, this 15th day of January 2026. Yeah, I see it. But now this document, I come in 1 minute. This document is saying the person who owned the land,
John Moe.
that John Moe owned the land.
Yes.
But
I said that.
What are the person who you bought the land from is the person who's supposed to sell the land
Yes.
to you. That is, I don't know.
I say yes, because it is that instruction can be given by the court. Okay. They call it degree of sale. You can have administrator's land.
Anyway, I'll go to the
Degree of sale is issued, telling me that Clarence Jackson has the power to sell that land, has the power to lease that land. Called degree of sale.
What is degree of sale? You got it too?
My man.
Let me see.
I'm making fun here.
Yeah, because the one you gave me, it's reasonable. The one you gave me was the ACA is saying yes, that Mo get a whole place, all the land here for him. Let me see the degree of sale.
I want you to read all.
I hope I will get that. Oh, they will plenty things.
That's one thing on here.
We're gonna mail so. That what in code degree of sale.
Yes.
Republic of Liberia to Abel Hart and Joe Hart.
Okay.
Greetings. Substance. Petitioners are praying this honorable court for an order of quote to sell and dispose of 7 acres of land belonging in the inter-estate of John Moe, located and lying in Johnsonville Settlement, Montserrat County, Republic of Liberia, and described as follows: that petitioners, as they are, in view of the foregoing, this court hereby decree that the petition of the petitioners be and seem is hereby granted.
What more than this now? If Liberia is a country,
It's a long document, but that one is important.
If we are a country of law, didn't I go through the
What
law?
a letter of administration. I think it was attached to it.
Yeah, also.
I saw the decree of court.
Read all.
Let me see the
What
letter.
about you? You're a smart man.
Let me see the letter of administration.
Letter administration.
It there. I saw it there. I saw it. It attached to it.
Yeah, okay.
Take your time.
Okay.
Take your time.
Read.
Okay, letters of administration, and this is Justice Chambers, Republic of Liberia, Judicial Branch, blah blah blah. Before His Honor, Nicola W. Edwards, Resident Judge, Monthly and Probate Court, in re the petition of Abel Hart and Joe Hart, grandchildren of the deceased. Okay, they are grandchildren of the deceased petitioners, praying this honorable court for the issuance of letters of administration to administer the inter-estate of their grandfather, John Moe, who died in Montserrat County, Republic of Liberia, to Abel Hart and Joe Hart. Greetings. Whereas, and you, I follow, let's go way down here. Upon petition duly made and all proceedings are therefore, and we do further command you to obey all orders, and we do further hereby, and you are further commanded to administer an unforeseen estate and submit your report to this honorable court. It is hereby ordered that these letters of administration be recorded and all registered in the office of the Registrar of Deeds and other documents for Montserrat County, Republic of Liberia, with $5 revenue stamps affixed on the original copy. Given on the suit this 15th day of October 80, 2025. So like a letter of administration here for the two of them.
So
then one is a letter of confirmation already read out.
So you still need something from me, or the audience still needs something from me?
Well,
so
you have presented what you have.
Okay, based on this document, Jura A.M. Sano is convinced that I did no wrong. I bought the land in accordance with our status. I bought the land in accordance.
The last caller is saying maybe somebody to get all those same documents.
Okay, no, that one they know. I'm not going to be speculative here. We are exact to the point. So I just came here this morning to inform the whole world.
Somebody just sent me a message. He said the Hart brothers, Abel and others, have questionable documents. I am a victim of their dubious acts. Okay.
And the good thing is, the probate judge stay alive. He remains at his position, in his position. Are you with me? So yesterday, I met my counselor, a legal luminary counselor. I won't say Gonglo. I have submitted all my documents to him, and by tomorrow, Tuesday, the legal process will start. But let me on with this statement. Jura A.M. Sano is a Liberian citizen who believes in the rule of law, born in Nimba. I have bought the land. The law says these are the requirements and prerequisites to owning land. I went through them. I have bought the land is mine. No man will take that land from me. If Liberia is a country of law, not of men, I must get my land and I will get it. I will build on that land. No man will take it because I did no wrong. I got all the papers, all documents that can make me to be convinced. You have read all to the public. Those who are not convinced, they have read it. And these documents were issued just last year. Just last year and this year. And not 20 years ago, that the people are not alive. They are still alive. The protocol judge is still alive. You can call him. He will come and verify here. He signed my deed. I took it to Liberian Law Authority just this gone month. And the authority still, Liberian Law Authority stay there. So I got all required documents. I own the land.
Okay.
So those who damage my property, who demolish my property, they and Tiawon Gonglo will have it on in the court. Thank you ever so much.
They and the court will have it.
Yeah, they and Tiawon have it in the court. Thank you ever so much.
Jura Sano, the bomb boy, 10 bomb man. Okay, he was talking about the land acquisition displaying these documents that we read. This is the OK Morning Rush. Coming up shortly, we'll call Daniel Ankra from the Liberia Special Economic Zone Authority and the representative of the drivers group I talk about. We still got them on our list.
I know you've been trying so very, very hard, but you got to be strong if you want to survive. You could be a rich man, you may be a poor man. We are just the same. One life, one blood. Sometimes it gets so hard for you. You even want to kill yourself. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. As long as there is life, there's got to be hope. Whoa, whoa. Keep on trying. One day, keep on trying. It's gonna be better. Keep on trying. Keep on trying. If you've been suffering for so long and there's nowhere to turn, just take it to the Lord in prayer. He will be on your side, and you're never gonna fall. You've been hurt so many,
Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, I will have the
been let down
the
by
ambassador of Ireland accredited to Liberia. We'll be talking about some events and a singing group from Ireland is in this country. The ambassador could also come along with them. And then 9 o'clock, I will take people from the Liberia Telecommunications Authority. That's the show tomorrow.
you.
The Irish ambassador to Liberia will be here.
Give up.
You know I never lied to you.
Long there is
My name is Piso. Happy holiday.
hope.
Coming up shortly, we place 2 strategic calls and then we can move on.
Don't give up. Keep on trying. Keep on trying. No matter how hard it may be. Keep on trying. There's no easy way. Keep on trying.
Tomorrow we have here Gerard Kansoding, ambassador of Ireland to Liberia. And then some Irish musicians will be here live in studio. They will do their thing.
Keep on trying. Keep on trying. Keep on trying. Keep on trying. Be let down by all your friends. Don't lose your mind. Keep trying so hard.
Okay, we'll take the driver very shortly. He's on our line, Candy.
They love you when you have.
But when you're down, they laugh at you. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. As long there is life, just got to be who. Okay, so we bring down the music right here. It's on the Monday morning, 16th of March, but today is being celebrated as a national holiday throughout Liberia as His Excellency the President leaves the country for Conakry in Guinea, leading a Liberian government delegation. Another delegation is already there as part of efforts to diplomatically and peacefully resolve whatever situation arising between Liberia and Guinea. My brother, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, Clarence. Thank you for having me.
Just appropriately introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is Jerry Candy, commonly known as Jerry Jesus. I'm the past son and the youth chairperson of Southbridge Community. But this morning, I join you in the capacity of the spokesperson for United Driver for Better Liberia. Thank you for having me.
What is the United Drivers for Better Liberia? What is it?
So this is an institution that has been established for the past 3 to 4 years now.
Okay.
No, not 3 to 4 years anyway, but the name, it was renamed in 3 or 4 years, but we were United Driver before, but we added Better Liberia, and for recognition's sake.
So all of you are commercial drivers?
Yeah, precisely, commercial drivers.
You are the spokesperson. Who is the head?
So we have Abdul Bad has been, he is our president, and we have Lawrence Cotton as our vice president.
How many are we talking about?
So we are 103 in membership.
All of you run your commercial vehicles in Monrovia and surrounding places, am I correct?
Precisely.
Now, what is your message?
Let me firstly use this medium to appreciate the Liberia National Police for their tireless effort, most precisely in the Congo-Town area, wherein they have been there since the beginning of the Warhead Bridge. They have been making a tireless effort to make sure that we have a free flow of traffic. So this morning, I join you particularly to just share our own thought about how we want things to be like, in time like this, where we have this global crisis that has to do with, scarcity in petroleum products that have caused us, experiencing the increasement in petroleum products. So we as a group have decided to caution some of our friends and all those who are involved into commercial activities, especially when it comes to vehicle, to understand our passengers and know that times are hard. So because we have experienced, the late increasement in gas price, so that we cannot increase transportation fare on them. And so just before we go into that further, let me tell you that when this government took over from the Weah government, gas price was $890. So
let's confront the existing problem. Let's confront the existing problem. Now, so you are calling on your members not to add a dime on the existing price of. I come in now, boss man, 1 minute. There are thousands of commercial vehicles plying the streets of Monrovia. Okay. You are saying your membership is just 100 plus. How do we even identify firstly that one of the guys that belong to the Driver for Better Liberia, and your number is so small? There are other guys. How do you get this message across?
That is why, Piso, we have opened up this membership. Other people have not been able to just abandon, maybe just give 1 or 2 hours of their time to join the institution in order to have a one union, And so this is not about being political. I just wanted to tell you the main reason for which are going to the gas price during the year past and now. So we were taking $200 from ELWA Junction to town, right? That was when gas was $890. Now, when this government came in, they tried to bring down the gas down to $710. So of recent, when the grower prices started to bring up this thing, so we have decided that this government brought gas price down to $710, and we were still taking $200. And the only reason why, because Transport Ministry in their price they came up with they were not able to sit with us. We have written 2 different letters to the minister. We carry on the desk there to the ministry, and we wanted to have a sit down with him to be able to, have a dialogue on how this thing should be. And then nobody paid attention to us. So when they came up with a 150 from ERWA Junction to town, we didn't see it necessary to drop it at that level. So we actually been taking the $200 or the $250 from ERWA from Red Light or from Duboro, $200 from GSA to ERWA Junction to Boulevard. They all have been paying that money from time past. Now that we have this, I think 200 plus being added to the gas price, so we are now saying that the people, it is our time now to sacrifice, as a patriotic citizen, that gas prices have gone up to $910. We should continue to take the money that we've been taking, because there have been reduction in gas price to $710. Legitimately, I'm talking about sour.
Already, I am hearing that the commercial drivers have added $50 from ERWA Junction to town. That's why I'm concerned. How will your public call change anything around?
So this public call is actually to our people. Let me tell you, Kevin, Clarence, sorry. If I take my car from here, I put it on Broad Street, and I tell people $250 to get to ERWA Junction, the purpose of leaving my house is to go do business, right? So if I tell you $250 and everyone standing there say we're not riding the car for $250, trust me, that particular driver will not leave.
How do they find another car for $200?
So that's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. So we are also asking the Transport Ministry and the Labrador National Police to help us in this fight.
Okay. You
getting me? To help us in this fight, because this is about this country. This is about our people.
So your point is, even though gasoline price was down, you people were still charging $200. So that gasoline price is up now. You people too now need to make the sacrifice to still keep it at $200.
That's what I'm saying. So, and the main reason for this is, Clarence, we were taking, let's just say that $20 different. Let's say $20 different. This government had added $20 LD, right?
So you were taking from ERWA Junction to town for what? How much?
For $200.
Okay, $200.
When I say the government added $20 LD, I'm simply trying to say, when the gas was $890, just before the Wheels regime left, gas was $890. We were taking $200. So that means the $890 remains. The government only added $20. So why should we?
No, the government no added $20. $890 part. I was saying the government been selling at $700 and something.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I get your reasoning, but it is not applicable at the moment. It is not applicable.
So let's agree.
You can say the difference between the gas price during George Weah time and now is just $20. But the government added $20. The government added more money, more than $20.
That's what I'm simply trying to say, right? Maybe I didn't just say it the way you saying it, right? So it was when it was at that point we're taking $200. It dropped to $700, $200 plus.
So you're calling on your members to live up to what you're saying.
Precisely. So we are now saying that you can act like yesterday. I deliberately park my car, and then I go on commercial car from Bapa to the red light to get to Vamuma where I have my family. So the driver took $100 from me. So he was having the altercation with one passenger saying, "Oh, but for me, what can do from Bapa there from Broad Street and go to 12th Street for $50? So that means there will be another $50. And I say every $50 distance now that used to be $50, every distance that used to be $50 will now be $100. So I was saying, bro, for what? And so I was just trying to conscientize him and telling him that this is not necessary. So even if you are to add to what the gas price have just the situation have brought, so why will you be taking $100? Let's say times 2, because that's what he was saying. So from Broad Street now to 9th Street, what was $50,
okay,
then now you will be taking $100.
Thank
you. So
we
are not saying that it is actually unfair, to our people now. And in fact, we have gone from 3 at the back already right? Because of the traffic in Congo that we are experiencing, we are gone from 3 to 4. And our people being reasoning with us, we are gone from 3 passengers at the back to 4. So we are now asking one another that we should be conscious enough and to understand that situation have changed, but it shouldn't allow us to have increasement. So we should work in line from this one now to 950.
Thank you.
If the gas price pass 950, then that means at least we can have increasement in $20 or $30 added to what we have now. But we should be able to maintain what we have now because of the crisis that we all understand that is going on globally.
Thank you. He's a driver, Candy. He says they have a group and they are calling on other drivers. But I'm asking him, since they're just a little over 100. They got more than 3,000 drivers in commercial vehicles in Monrovia. So I'm asking him, how do we even know them? Firstly, But he says, look, Clarence, we will talk to our friends. He says they've been sacrificing. The Liberian people have been sacrificing when the gas price was not up, and they've been sacrificing. Gas price was down. And the people, their drivers, they've been charging 200. So he's calling on his colleagues not to charge anything further. I don't know whether that is going to work. I'm trying to talk to the corporate communications manager at the Liberia Special Economic Zone Authority, Daniel Ankra, formerly of the Liberia Revenue Authority. They bought the authority from one authority to the other authority. The authoritative Daniel Ankra, the authority boy. Good morning, man.
Good morning, Clarence. Good, and I actually never thought about it that way.
Yeah, and you can be making all laugh every day on your page. Wow, I'm not gonna make laugh here for one authority. So that only authority better than you bought.
Clarence, good morning. Good morning to all of your followers, and thank you for the great work that you do. I know what it means to be, on a show on a holiday morning.
I know you sat in these seats before, so let you down. You're resting in the morning when we come in, you're sleeping, but it's okay, man. Daniel, before we go to the reason why I've called you, even though that is the same question, but just provide a little bit of education. I know I was in a car with a friend of mine who was asking me to explain to him when we say the Liberia Special Economic Zone. What do we mean in the first place?
Okay, Clarence, thank you once again for having me on the show this morning. So, most people in Liberia know what is now the Liberia Special Economic Zones Authority to be the free zone. And if you go way back in time, you'd realize that initially it was just a place called the free zone. But in 2017, through an act of legislation, the Liberia Special Economic Zones Authority was birthed. And it wasn't operationalized until 2024, when the first executive chairman, in person of Honorable Prince Ray, was appointed by His Excellency President Joseph Boakai as the first executive chairman serving a 4-year term. So the Special Economic Zones Authority is an authority that has the responsibility to designate what we call special economic zones for the purpose of job creation, economic growth, and development. Now, the question is, what is a special economic zone? A special economic zone is a designated geographical location within a given country where business and trade regulations differ from the rest of the country. The specific areas in those zones are directly located near ports, airports, economic corridors, and the intent is to facilitate trade and as well as promote export. Those specific areas that are designated as special economic zones come with certain basic incentives that apply to specific kind of investors. Those incentives will range from duty-free imports to simplified regulations to improve infrastructure to tax incentives and a lot more. So since the establishment of the Economic Zones Authority, the administrative structure has been put into place. We have 3 proposed zones. The Monrovia Free Zone, we have the Rabos International Airport special proposed economic zone, and we also have one in Grand Bassa County called the Buchanan Special Economic Zone. So these are proposed zones, and at a point where we have investors to take over these establishments, then they will be officially designated as a special economic zone. The idea is to promote export, to promote manufacturing, and attract investment above a certain threshold, around 25 million and above.
Okay. I see. So your institution work with other institutions, including the National Investment Commission, I'm sure.
Most definitely, and the National Investment Commission is a key partner because we share similar functions. Now, here's the distinction. The Special Economic Zones Authority and the National Investment Commission. So for the National Investment Commission, most investment conversations go through an act of it has to go through legislative proceedings to be able to become functional. Whereas through the Special Economic Zone, we provide you what we call a one-stop shop. So we have signed several MOUs with responsible parties along the chain that requires an investor to come in country. Once you're coming under the umbrella of the Special Economic Zone Authority, you will not need to go through legislative procedures. Rather, we create a one-stop shop. All of the government agencies you need along the chain, say, for example, working permit for foreign nationals, you're talking about EPA regulations, you're talking about the Ministry of Labor, we have signed MOUs with almost all of them. So create a one-stop shop where we help you facilitate to fast-track your investment.
That's correct, Daniel.
Yeah,
okay.
So that's what we do.
At least we now have a picture of what the Special Economic Zone Authority is. Now, recently your institution had a conference for small and medium
SMEs,
enterprises, these SMEs. What was it about? Where was it held? What did you talk about there?
So we've been reaching out as the Special Economic Zones Authority under the chairmanship of Honorable Prince Ray. We've been reaching out to all of the key stakeholders. And one of the key things that always come to mind is, in the Special Economic Zones model, how can we get Liberian businesses to reach or to understand what we do and to what extent they too can benefit from some of the incentives that these proposed Special Economic Zones provide? As much as the threshold for investment is high, but there are ways they can also form a part of, these kinds of investment opportunities. So the idea was firstly to bring them under an umbrella, have a conversation around informing them who we are, what we're involved with, and to what extent they can be a part of, how we drive the local economy. Because again, no successful development thrives without having the local economy involved, which is small and medium enterprises. So the conference focused on two things. One, telling them who we are and what are opportunities that the zone will provide. Secondly, in that conversation, we realized in even conversations before that one of the key issues that most Liberian businesses face today, aside from the cost of production, aside from lack of proper electricity, apart from all the different issues, when they finally get to produce a product, the issue of packaging becomes an issue. And like everywhere in the world, when you package appropriately, your product presentation puts your product up there. Secondly, your packaging helps to preserve the product that you're trying to market, and it improves the marketability of locally produced products. So the idea was, for the first time, the Special Economic Zones Authority has appeared in the national budget this year. And under the public sector investment program, we have around $675,000 that's going towards a project. And in the wisdom of the authority and the chairman and his team and the board is that since packaging has become a major issue, we would set up a packaging center known as the Liberia Packaging Solutions. Now, what this does is it firstly reduces the fact that most businesses have got to export their products to be properly packaged before they ship to wherever they're selling in the region or across the world. or most businesses will have to import appropriate packaging materials like boxes, like plastic bowls and all these kinds of things before they can appropriate the package. Now, what a packaging solution center does is that at a lower cost, at a lower service fee, Liberian businesses can package in country before they export at the same standards that are provided across the region.
And that's where I wanted to come. Will it be in keeping with international standards?
Yes, and that is the whole idea, that you would probably not know the difference from a product packaged in the US, a product packaged in Asia or Europe, and a product packaged in West Africa or Liberia. That is the essence, because most packaging materials used in Liberia it puts a lot of weight on businesses to be able. It increases their production costs. It extends the timeline they have to supply when they have to struggle and scramble for production materials. Now, inadequate packaging contributes to post-harvest losses. For example, like in agriculture, it limits the amount of time the product can stay on the shelf. If it's not packaged properly, it affects the longevity of the product life. It undermines the branding capacity of that Liberian business, thereby reducing the effectiveness and the validity of a Liberian commodity on an international market.
So Dan, when do we get this thing set up?
So the idea is, now that we've concluded the entire proposal, the government is providing the seed funding, like I've talked about, to move this process forward. The procurement processes are part of the next phase. That is, we are not going to be running the facility by ourselves. We are a regulatory body. So what we're going to do is, through a public-private partnership, we will outsource it to a company that's going to get this facility started. Additionally, the equipments and all of the state-of-the-art machinery needed to effectuate this will also be procured through a process. So I must say that yes, the process has started, but until the full procurement processes are done, it would be not in our best interest to say the project starts at this point, because we have to procure those who are executing, and then we can formally break grounds and alert the public. But this is what we want to do. This is what the authority, by extension, the government wants to do to curtail this whole issue of Liberian businesses. Clarence, when you go to the supermarket and you see other products from other countries, how they're packaged, and you see the packaging done by Liberia, it's not because the products in are not worth consumption, but first impression does matter.
Exactly. And so, what was the reception from these SMEs?
Well, interestingly, we had a panel conversation, and we had the owners of different Liberian tea. We had J Palm, we had other, and here's the impression: the cost, and I was shocked, Clarence. The cost of exporting your product to Ghana and to Nigeria, just for proper packaging, before exporting to wherever you're sending, is so extremely high. And for those who have to buy the imports, and those who have to import before they buy those importers to package, is also a problem. And that way they cannot even customize the packaging materials to be able to maximize production and increase their brand visibility or their brand quality. So product preservation of the goods, and the market of it are the three key factors that will improve once the Liberian packaging solutions becomes fully operational in the Monrovia Free Zone. And
so the facility will be constructed here in Monrovia if all works well?
Yes, it will be at the Monrovia Free Zone, which is one of the proposed areas as special economic zone.
Have you started imagining attaching cost to it?
Well, most of these, so the initial seed fund is $675,000, as I said, under the public sector investment program. So that is the initial fund. As we go forward, we'll most likely need the contribution of partners to get it fully operational. But the government is not going to sit, the authority is not going to sit and wait for it to happen. We must start the process, and when, of course, your partners see that how vested you are in this and how much you want to improve your local economy, thereby, because no economy survives with just producing in country and selling in country. you have to produce and sell for other markets. And to be able to do that, that's why we're working with people like the Liberia Standards Authority to be able to have the adequate stamp on these well-packaged Liberian products. That way, it gives it a sort of competitiveness with other products produced, similar quality, packaging difference across the globe.
Okay, Dan. Finally, any other thing from the authority before we let you go, brother?
Well, I'd like to say that the Liberia Special Economic Zones Authority is here today, and as part of our function, we are here to facilitate. We're here to ensure that we boost the economy by creating jobs through these kinds of initiatives. That is why the executive chairman, Honorable Prince Ray, and the entire team board at the Liberia Special Economic Zones Authority is committed to achieving this effort. Clarence, thank you.
Daniel Ankra, I'd like to say thank you so much, the AKA Authority Boy. Daniel is the Director of Corporate Communication at the Liberia Free Economic Zone Authority. Liberia Free Economic Zone Authority. You heard him explain, oh yes, because I wanted to have a picture of the Economic Zone Authority. What do? They are an institution of the government, but they have specific roles to play in doing what they want to do. I'm about to call a communication person from one of these entities. I'll not tell you until the president okays his form, and then we can talk. This is the OK Morning Rush. It's right here on 99.5. And my name is Piso. We talk the talk. With this edition of the show, with the exception of Mr. Jura Sano, we are doing telephone interviews, just spinning around, calling, checking on some of these institutions. I caught this man by surprise, unaware. I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want to send me any message, but he can't escape this one. I have with me on the line Mr. Christopher. I won't pronounce that name as starts in K, but I hope I'm not going to make mistake. Christopher Salif. Let me just leave that K on. I don't know. Call him.
I think Koluba Shafa, yes.
Koluba Shafa Salif is on the line. He speaks for the Office for the Establishment of War Economic Crimes Court in Liberia. Like I said, I caught him by surprise. But I know Chris is no stranger today. He's prepared. Chris, good morning, man.
Good morning, Clarence. Good morning to your listening audience. Yes, I admit I was caught unaware.
Yeah,
but
I know.
That calls for the job.
Where are you? I'm asking because at one point you on that farm that I jealous you about so much. You don't take me there. You eat all your fresh things from the farm. From the last time I checked, you had your tomato and all these things. Are you at the office or you on the farm?
I'm actually home today. My office, in keeping with the presidential proclamation.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Today is a holiday. Today is a holiday.
As a holiday, so my office asks us to adhere to the presidential proclamation.
I think I need to visit Chris. Apparently the man got groundhog or something. What else?
So I just concluded harvesting tomato this morning. I haven't gone to the farm, but the backyard harvested fresh tomato this morning and tried to eat some with fried plantain.
The backyard never disappoints. Mr. Salif, what's happening at the Office for the Establishment of War and Economic Crimes Court? What are some of the things you want us to know?
Okay, so yes, the office is working within its roadmap time frame, and everything is working as planned. And we just concluded a high-level dialogue with the 16 tribal groupings of the Republic of Liberia through their governors in Tottenham Break. At the close of that conference or dialogue, the 16 tribal groupings issue a statement, something almost like what happened with the 288 chiefs in Bangan, issuing a statement supporting the establishment of the two courts, that's the War and Economic Crimes Court and that of the Anti-Corruption Court. That high-level conference just ended in Tottenham Break.
Wow, that's good. As far as the setting up of the War and Economic Crimes Court is concerned, Chris, where are we?
In terms of, because we got two mandates, that's creating a War
and Economic Crimes Code and that of the Anti-Corruption Code. And
I'm talking about creating the War and Economic Crimes Code. I wanted to know where are we at this point.
Okay, so you may be aware that the president, in his State of the Nation address, informed the legislature that he would have sent the 2 drafts, which are completed, sent to his office. He said the legislature would have received it for review. I can't speak for the presidency. I don't know whether that has been done, but I can tell you the 2 drafts for the establishment of the 2 courts are completed, submitted to the presidency. Again, another Ministry of Justice, which is the coordinating government agency between the government of Liberia and that of the OEC. OEC is the Office for the Establishment of War and Economic Crimes Code. Yes, so the 2 draft laws are currently at the executive mansion.
Okay. Now, generally, when you meet with these chiefs and these tribal governors and these elders, I mean, what are some of the exchanges? Do they feel? Are they thinking? Are they saying that probably as a country we are delaying? Do they want this thing fast-tracked?
Yeah. So sometimes we get a pressure, and sometimes, Clarence, when we go for these kind of conferences, our office suggests us to going through trauma counseling because some of the stories we hear, they're very horrific, and sometimes you're not mindful, you break down. When these stories are told, questions will always arise. Why are we waiting for this long? Why are we waiting for this long? And they will bombard you with double-barrel questions. And then the answer is, well, 2 sitting presidents who had the opportunity to do, they didn't do it. This sitting president decided to do it based on his promise. He has done it. Better late than never. 32 years down the line since the war ended. It is good that we have a sitting president who has expressed his political will to establish the 2 courts. And as I said in my opening statement, we are on course.
We are on course.
These questions will definitely come from the traditional people, most of whom witnessed the mayhem, not necessarily in the capital, but in their respective locales where they resided before the war broke out.
Okay, Chris. Anything finally you want to say before we go?
Yeah. So, greetings from the Office for the Establishment of War and Economic Crimes Code, Dr. Babu. The counselor, the professor of law who was appointed by the president to lead the process, wants to, in fact, on Friday, there was another stakeholder meeting. This meeting, he informed the stakeholders that he was on course. The roadmap plays in the conference room, as you were. Every time individual will be pointing out where are we, and he will brief them. And so that's where we are. And then the close of last week, or the beginning of last week, we played host to several international organizations, either in person or visual conferences, or expressing interest in how is Liberia moving forward with the establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Court. But again, as I said, the Liberian people can rest assured there is going to be a moment where we put closure to our past, and as President Barker said, justice is not without justice. Let me repeat, justice is not without accountability.
Okay.
Reconciliation is not without accountability. We want to reconcile, but you must account for what you did. That is through a court where you could be protected and the complainant protected as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Christopher Salif is the head of communications at the Office for the Establishment of War and Economic Crimes Code. He was giving us a little bit of information about the issues at the moment. He says, well, tribal governors from across the country converged. We had a meeting with them. The other time, it was traditional leaders again in Bangabong County. All part of efforts to ensure that we keep them reminded, answering all of the questions that will come about as far as the establishment of the war crimes code is concerned. But these elders think we are wasting time. I am making one final stop somewhere. When I get the president answer his phone, I will introduce him and then we can move on. I'm reaching out to these strategic offices. My friends, answer your phone, man.
Oh, there is life, there's got to be hope. Life is not easy to carry on.
If I can't get him, I will move on.
So very, very hard. But you got to be strong.
Okay, I think I have him on the line. I took him by surprise too. I didn't send any text message. But these people are under obligation to talk to us. Sometimes it's a privilege. I have on this line Joseph Daniels. He's a spokesperson of the Asset Recovery and Property Receiver Task Force. He's on this line. Joseph, good morning.
Morning.
Where are you? Are you on the way to your village in Tottenberg or what? Oh, Joseph Daniel, you have a terrible network. You're supposed to be home somewhere way in a Caldwell Bell. I'm not getting you at all. Can you speak to me? Good morning. Oh, wow. Joseph Daniels, the network is bad, very bad. I wanted to hear from the Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force. I'm getting information that they are coming up with another arrest probably tomorrow. That's what I heard.
Life is not easy to carry on. I know you've been trying so very, very hard. But you got to be strong if you wanna survive. You could be a rich man. You may be a poor man. We are just the same. One life, one blood. Sometimes it gets so hard for you. You even want to kill yourself. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. As long as there is life, there's got to be hope. Whoa, whoa.
Okay, folks. Happy holiday.
One day,
Celebrate well. All the best. Tomorrow we'll be back here with another edition of the show. 8 o'clock in the morning, the Irish ambassador to Liberia will be here with a team of musicians from Ireland. We'll have a conversation with them. It will take us up to 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, all is well. All has been settled with Chris Harris Williams. And the team from the Liberia Telecommunications Authority will be here. That's the shape of tomorrow's show. My respect to all of you. Remember, the beauty of life is not whether you are happy, but how others can be happy because of you. Truth telling is fundamental in what we do. Liberia is all we have. Let's keep it going. Listen to your government in the Guinean situation. Don't follow conflicting accounts. Don't let people scare you. We're convinced the matter will be settled. When leaders gather in the room, they bring about wisdom and they reason with each other. They don't see need for conflict anymore because they're friends with each other. Our president goes to Guinea today. My name is Piso, man. I like to say bye-bye. Happy holiday, man. I love you all. I'll be back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.